Tuesday morning, the kitchen table. Sarah sits across from her husband Tom, hands wrapped around a coffee mug that's gone cold while she's been gathering courage for the conversation that could change everything. For 18 months, she's been drowning in plain sight. Getting up every morning, making breakfast, sending Tom off to work with a kiss that feels like performance art, smiling at neighbors, functioning at her job, keeping up appearances while something inside her slowly dies. Depression. The word sits in her throat, like a stone she can't swallow. Tom thinks she's been tired lately, stressed about work, maybe going through early menopause. He's suggested vitamins, vacation days, couples massage sessions at the spa downtown. All reasonable responses to problems that have reasonable solutions. But Sarah's problem doesn't feel reasonable. It feels like drowning in 3 inches of water while everyone around her keeps suggesting she try swimming. You know this moment, don't you? When the mask you've been wearing becomes too heavy to hold up. When pretending to be okay requires more energy than you have left. When telling the truth feels more dangerous than living the lie. When you have to risk everything to save yourself. Tom. Sarah says, her voice barely above a whisper. I need to tell you something. He looks up from his phone, where he's been scrolling through emails. What's up, babe? The casual endearment almost breaks her resolve. He loves her. She knows he loves her. But he loves the version of her that gets things done, that handles stress with grace, that doesn't fall apart over nothing. He doesn't know about the mornings when getting out of bed feels like climbing mountains. The afternoons when she sits in her car in the parking lot and cries for reasons she can't name. The nights when she lies awake convinced she's failing at everything that matters. I think I'm depressed, she says, and the words land between them like a grenade. Tom's face cycles through confusion, concern, and something that looks like mild panic. Depressed? Sarah, what are you talking about? You're fine. You're always fine. And there it is, the unspoken contract of their marriage. Sarah is fine. Sarah handles things. Sarah doesn't fall apart. I'm not fine, she says, tears starting to fall. I haven't been fine for months, maybe longer. I've been pretending because I didn't want to worry you, but I can't pretend anymore. In the Gospel of Matthew, there's a moment that haunts me. Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, turns to his closest friends and does something extraordinary. He admits he's struggling. My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death, he tells them. Not, I've got this handled. Not, don't worry about me. Not, I'm fine. But I'm drowning. I need help. I can't carry this alone. Divine vulnerability in the face of human crisis. The Son of God giving himself permission to not be okay. Tom's first instinct is to fix. Okay, well, if you're depressed, we'll figure it out. Maybe you need to see someone, take some medication, change your diet, start exercising more. Sarah shakes her head. I don't need you to fix me. I need you to see me, the real me, the one who's been struggling while you thought I was fine. I need permission to not be okay without you panicking or trying to solve me like I'm a problem that needs fixing. What follows is the most honest conversation of their 12-year marriage. Sarah talks about the weight that's been crushing her chest, the fog that makes everything feel distant and grey, the voice in her head that tells her she's failing at life while everyone else seems to have figured it out. Tom listens with the growing horror of someone realizing they've been living with a stranger. Not because Sarah has been lying, but because he's been seeing only what he expected to see. How long have you felt like this, Varchantisi? He asks. Honestly, years. But it got really bad about 18 months ago. Why didn't you tell me? Sarah looks at him with eyes that hold 18 months of loneliness. Because you needed me to be fine. Your job is stressful, your mom is sick, the mortgage is high. I couldn't add my falling apart to your list of problems. This is the hidden epidemic of functional depression. People who are drowning while everyone around them assumes they're swimming. Who've learned to perform wellness while dying inside. Who believe that admitting struggle is weakness, that needing help is failure, that vulnerability is a luxury they can't afford. Who give everyone else permission to be human while holding themselves to superhuman standards. The conversation changes everything. Not because Tom suddenly understands depression, he doesn't. Not because Sarah is instantly healed, she isn't. But because for the first time in their marriage, Sarah shows up as herself instead of the version of herself she thinks Tom needs. Broken instead of fixed, struggling instead of strong, real instead of perfect. I'm scared, Tom admits that night as they're getting ready for bed. I don't know how to help you with this. You already are helping, Sarah replies. You're letting me be honest about where I am instead of pretending to be somewhere I'm not. 6 months later, Sarah is seeing a therapist and taking medication that helps lift the fog enough for her to remember what feeling okay feels like. But more importantly, she's learned to give herself permission to be human. I spent so much energy trying to be the wife Tom deserved, she reflects during one of our sessions. I forgot that the wife he actually married was someone who struggles sometimes. Someone who needs help. Someone who's brave enough to ask for it. Permission to be vulnerable isn't something you ask for. It's something you give yourself. Tom learns something too. That loving someone doesn't mean needing them to be perpetually okay. That strength isn't the absence of struggle, but the willingness to share it. I thought I was protecting Sarah by not adding to her burdens, he tells me, but I was actually isolating her, making her feel like she had to carry everything alone. Real intimacy isn't about being strong for each other. It's about being real with each other. Tonight, maybe you are sitting at your own kitchen table holding words that feel too dangerous to speak. Maybe you've been performing okay while drowning inside. Maybe you've been waiting for permission to stop being strong. Maybe you think that admitting you're struggling will disappoint people who depend on your strength. Maybe you believe that vulnerability is weakness, that needing help is failure. Maybe you've forgotten that even Jesus needed help carrying his cross. Permission to be human isn't something you earn. It's something you were born with. Permission to struggle, to need help, to not have everything figured out. It's your birthright as someone made in the image of a God who chose to experience human limitation. You don't have to ask for permission to stop pretending. You don't have to earn the right to be real. You just have to be brave enough to let the people who love you see who you actually are. Because the person you're protecting them from isn't your weakness. It's your humanity. And humanity is the only thing worth loving anyway.